Hey everybody, how's everyone doing? I hope you are well. It's good to see you again. We are here to do a collective reading. It's good to see you all. And if you're new, hello. So, I did just finish a reading for Patreon. Patreon.com/Divine Conversations. Join us over there if you like. Things are pretty heavy at the moment. Things feel really heavy. I'm sure many of you have heard of the Super Bowl performance. That is really standing out culturally right now. There's a really dark energy in the collective right now. I was just called to pick up this deck of cards here. It is the Black Tarot. I haven't used these in a long time. And it's interesting because the card at the bottom of the deck is in fact the Devil. And like I said, I have not used this deck in a very long time. And I'm being called to it. And I don't want to freak anybody out, but I also feel compelled to say that this might be a pretty intense reading. So I don't mean to strike fear in anyone. I'm not trying to be a fear monger or anything like that. I'm not trying to cause panic or anything. I don't even know what's about to come through. This disclaimer is coming through here. So I just want to be clear with you guys that it's not my intention to drive fear or strike fear into anyone. Okay. Ooh, but some powerful energy is coming through the collective at this time. So let's see if we can get some advice for it. Thank you for being here. Please make sure, if you're enjoying this, to like and subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below if you'd like to share how this energy is resonating or showing up in your life. Yeah? Okay. Now, the Super Bowl performance is something that feels like it's a trigger point right now. That's something that I channeled 223 in Patreon. Okay. And I'm not one to really talk about celebrities much, okay, or try to predict what someone might do really or anything like that. But what I'm hearing right now for this collective message is that Super Bowl performance with Kendrick Lamar was an access point to which some great change can really start to happen. It's a trigger point. And it's interesting because I was looking at the chart, and we had this morning, at least February 11th, around 10:26 Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, AM, we had the sun going into conjunction with Mercury in Capricorn, and the sun is currently still in the 10th house, but Mercury is right on the cusp of the 10th and 11th house. So the sun is approaching at this snapshot moment, at this moment, 10:30 in the morning. And while that conjunction is happening, they're both, the sun and Mercury, squaring off with Uranus, who is in the first house at this moment in time, but on the cusp of Taurus and Aries. And the significance here is with the 10th house, with this being in the 10th house, with Pluto also being in the 10th house at this moment in time, 10:30 in the morning, February 11th, 2025, Eastern Standard Time. This was happening in the 10th house. And this is the snapshot that I took, that I started drawing my messages for today from. So an activation point is happening, or has happened in that performance, okay? Celebrity, 10th house. 10th house is about celebrities, is about, I was supposed to take Knight of Swords, Six of Wands. This is going to have a good outcome, okay, with the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords absolutely could be Kendrick Lamar's actions, his statements, his performance, the Knight of Swords. It's kind of Some people saw it as an attack. I did see some, at least one comment where somebody was like, "I personally felt attacked." I didn't investigate. I don't know what they look like or anything. But, gosh, it's so weird that I'm even talking about this. But this seems to be what on the collective's mind right now, and this is the push. This is a push energy. This is one of the big pushes, maybe. That's supposed to start something. That's supposed to activate something. Knight of Swords, Six of Wands. What's going on with the collective? What does the collective need to hear at this time, please, Spirit? Oop. Five of Wands. But the Five of Wands is reversed. Okay. What's going on? Queen of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Temperance. Okay, well, I actually did a personal reading for someone recently where this energy came through. Okay, but what we have for the collective right now is the Queen of Pentacles. Well, hold on. We started with the Six of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and we have the Five of Wands reversed. Now, I'll get to the Five of Wands reversed in a second. But now, moving on, what we have is the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, yep, and Temperance. Right? Oop. Okay. Temperance is turning in reverse because we need to stop here with this Temperance energy. Yes, we'll look under the deck in a second, but Temperance is interesting. We'll get there in a second. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, whether you're man or female, male or female, masculine or feminine, whatever, or whatever combination, right? The Queen of Pentacles represents self-worth and self-respect. The Page of Pentacles represents stepping out on a new journey, stepping out on your own, starting a new timeline, starting in a new timeline, could be starting a new business. There is a level of strong independence that's coming through with this Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles energy here, okay? Anyway. But you are leaving something behind here. Eight of Cups. Now, Temperance came out, originally it came out upright, but now I'm seeing it reversed. And I'm wondering if you're trying to move too fast, maybe. Or you're not meant to come out of this Temperance energy just yet. You need to stay here a little longer. Oh, wait, hold on. This is a tricky message, you guys. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. Wow. Okay. I'm looking at this now, and I'm seeing a different side to it. I'm going back, and I'm questioning this Six of Wands, Knight of Swords, Five of Wands reversed. Now, the Six of Wands does represent victory. It can. But the Six of Wands can also represent excessive pride. Being on one's high horse. And that would attract, or could at least attract, others who are just as aligned in that malignant type of energy and say, how can I tear them down from that horse? That's also what the Six of Wands can represent. Now, especially with the Knight of Swords energy. Shoot first, ask questions later. Very aggressive. Maybe even being short-tempered or having a short fuse. And you have this Five of Wands in reverse. Whereas originally I saw this as a victorious energy, now I'm seeing it as an extremely prideful energy, or at least potentially could be, that leads to an endless fight. Five of Wands reversed. I mean, thankfully it's not the Five of Swords reversed, but it's still conflict nonetheless. And with it being reversed here, I feel like it's excessive. It's no longer it's no longer of benefit. That scared me. It's no longer of benefit. It's just rehashing things over and over and over again. No one is really winning here. And also, it being not of benefit will also mean that there's no constructiveness to this argument anymore. It's not like continuing to hash this out or continuing to discuss it or battle it out or whatever is not changing anything. You're not growing. In some cases, you may be slipping backwards as a result of this, but at the very least, you're just stagnant. You're stuck. You're not going anywhere. Which then leads me to this temperance in reverse. I see. This is why temperance came out upright originally, but has ultimately turned in reverse. For the same reason that the Five of Wands did the same thing. No, I'm sorry, the Five of Wands came out reversed to begin with. Well, it flipped out, fell onto my lap, I believe. So, anyway, sorry. 1111 on the counter. This is not working anymore. So with temperance in reverse here, this is alchemically improbable, maybe even impossible at this current time or under these current circumstances. There's no transmuting here, I'm hearing for some. Or maybe no transmuting any further. Maybe you've gone as far as you can go with this. But it seems that you're leaving, this is a reason why you're leaving this behind. Because you do have the Eight of Cups here. So you're leaving something, or you could potentially be leaving something behind. Maybe you're still here in this energy, this prideful energy. And this absolutely may be a situation in which someone thinks that they're right. Six of Wands, Knight of Swords. So they're gonna fight this tooth and nail, even though at the very least you could just be agreeing to disagree, which I feel like some people still see as an insult or a negative outcome. But keeping it civil, at least, okay, well, we disagree on that. All right, moving on. But instead of just being like, all right, whatever, or just like, okay, you go in your space, I'll go in my space, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the counter, we don't have to bother each other. I don't know. Someone just is excessively or aggressively pursuing this point that they have. This point of view, this sense of righteousness, Six of Wands. Maybe even this belief. Okay, but then another person here is gaining a sense of self-respect and is honoring the fact that this is not compatible. Temperance in reverse. It's not compatible. Maybe this is a relationship, or like a romantic relationship. It could be a business relationship. It could be a friendship. I mean, this is a time for something like that with Venus being in Pisces. Okay. Self-respect. Self-love. Maybe, and I was talking about a shift in identity in the Patreon reading that I just did prior to this one, and this could be a part of it, because I feel like someone is standing up for themselves at this point now, and it's not in the same way of like trying to get your point across and see if maybe they would agree with you or at least see your side, but in a way of, you know what, I don't have to be involved with this. Especially if this is getting disrespectful, or people are trying to degrade each other in any way. Like, especially if this is a situation in which, oh, my door opened. Huh, I just realized that. Okay, especially in a situation in which someone may think that because you don't get it, or maybe you think that because they don't get it, somehow they must be stupid. 1432, 432 on the counter. That's an interesting, that felt like a direct quote. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so, but standing up and walking away from this, because this is not compatible. And that's fine. Not all energies or not all people are going to be or are compatible all the time. 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean? So, okay, count your losses, count your blessings, and move on ahead with your life, right? There's 3 shuffles here. I'm gonna get a little more perspective on the 6 of Wands, Knight of Swords character. Oh, and you do have the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I should say. So, there's a plan in action. That's also been something that was also something we talked about on Patreon further. We've been talking about that, actually. The 3 of Wands has been an energy coming through a lot. The Lovers. Excuse me. 6 of Wands, Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords came out beforehand when I was clearing out the decks, and that felt significant for this collective that I was working on tuning into. Judgment. The Nine of Swords came out too. Actually, the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Swords came out together. But we also have the Emperor here. Okay, and the Emperor was, all right, so this, yep, Knight of Cups. Okay, so if you watched the most previous Patreon reading, as always, this is connected to it. So again, here is some insight to things that we're going deeper into, more in depth with Patreon, because similar energies are showing up now, and I keep referencing that reading at this point. And I did begin that reading talking about astrology a little bit and how I was seeing a bit of it, and with the focus in that moment being on the 10th house, I was seeing how celebrity or the celebrity world can be affected, or something can be affected on the global scale in this way. So this is not just energies that you may be experiencing in your interpersonal life. These are energies that are also playing out for the greater collective in many different ways. So in 1737 on the counter. So in watching this reading, it would be cool to see how you could see the perspective of this energy playing out in the bigger society, a social world of celebrity, the grand scale, the global scale. I would love to hear how you see that playing out in the comments. If you'd like to share it, let's get a conversation going about it. And maybe that's why I started with this Kendrick Lamar energy. I swear to you, I still have yet to really fully watch the whole thing, because I've been going through so much in myself, and I've had so much to do. I just haven't gotten to it. But so I say that to say it's really not something that's on my mind much, other than the fact that it's everywhere on social media and all that. Okay, but yeah. So maybe that's why I led with that, because we're meant to be having some sort of conversation. I mean, this is divine conversations, right? Let's talk about it. So anyway, now the next set of cards that I have are in relation to, I was looking at the energies of the 6 of Wands and the Knight of Swords with this 5 of Wands in reverse, but what I got is the response to that energy. Okay, so that is the Queen of Swords, Judgment, 9 of Swords, and the Emperor. Sorry, it goes this way. All right, so you might be a little bit afraid, or whomever, 1911 on the counter, whomever is, 1910, whomever is in this energy of Queen of Pentacles walking away because of self-dignity, self-respect, self-honoring. There's fear involved, sure. But that fear is nothing to what this Emperor is capable of. Not only are you showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, but also the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. So there's a balance of masculine and feminine here, in terms of this person that is realizing that this can't be alchemized. There's no forward movement from here. We can't achieve anything with this. So I'm making the executive decision to move on away from it, to cut the cord, to follow your heart. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, and the Knight of Cups and the Emperor did come out in the Patreon reading, and the Sun as well. Everything is going to be okay, guys. Everything's going to be okay. Okay, so in conclusion, what do we need to know here? We do have the Five of Wands. Again, with the Devil this time, and the Star, and the Hierophant. I'm sorry, the Hermit, Justice. Well, and now the King of Pentacles. In conclusion, interesting. In conclusion, okay. Wow. All right. So in conclusion, guys, you need to understand that whatever conflict you're going through right now, it's a product of the Devil. It's like meant to restrict. And that's why the Five of Wands initially showed up in reverse. Because, like I said before, there's no constructiveness here. 22 on the counter. There's no benefit. There's nothing to work out anymore. You're just running in circles, getting the same results over and over again, doing the same things over and over again. Like, there is no progress here. Okay, that's why this showed up in reverse initially. And now it's showing up with the Devil, which further confirms that this is driven by something that just wishes to ensnare you. And quite frankly, the more you engage with it, the more power it has over you. Thus, all you really need to do is just say no to it. Just say, okay, you know what? I'm not having this argument with you anymore. I've got better things to do with my life. The Star, the Hermit, and Justice. And it's interesting because this energy makes me feel like whatever you are ensnared within, whatever cycle you're caught up in, argument, whatever, it's literally draining you of the energy that you could be using to go after what it is you truly want, or maybe even to heal. Okay, so this could have deep family roots, karmic family roots, and and that is reflected in the cards here. Okay, so that's what you need to understand about the situation. Point blank. All right, see it for what it is, darling. It is a never-ending cycle of bullshit. Okay? Stop feeding into it. Because you're only empowering it and disempowering yourself. Even if, you know, it's two people involved here, or two sides, two groups, whatever, that are going at it with each other, and neither of them are winning, right? So they're both getting depleted. Where do you think that energy is going? To the source of where that conflict is coming from. It is coming from a higher energy that is using all of that, just taking it all in, while draining both sides involved. Okay, so no one's right here and no one's wrong here. But see, that's not really the issue, is it? That's not really the issue. What is the issue? I don't know. I can't really define that. I mean, the feeling it. Oh, well, I'm trying to feel into it. What is that issue? I mean, really, all I'm getting for that is there's no right, there's no one's right and no one's wrong. I feel like you may be both equally matched. That's why you're at a stalemate. Five of Wands in reverse is a stalemate, for sure. But someone here is looking to release themselves from this you have the Ten of Swords, but the Ten of Swords is reversed. Okay? But when I look at the Ten of Swords here, I see these swords falling out of this person's back, which to me means that someone finds themselves in a situation in which they are constantly getting stabbed in the back. But with this in reverse here, it looks like this person is allowing this swords, 555 on the counter, allowing these swords, 2555, to fall out of their back, never to be replaced. Again, that's what I get. And with that, we have the King of Wands here. To the Queen of Swords, again, to the Ten of Cups. Now, with the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Cups here, I'm getting two things. And you may be experiencing both of them. One is somebody is laying down the law or saying no to family. A family member, 2626 on the counter. But also, it feels like this person is standing up for what would make them truly happy. Or true happiness. And this could just be the freedom from this argument, from this turmoil. I just want to be happy. I don't need to have this argument with you. I just heard we're not going to see eye to eye about it. So either we put this aside and not talk about it anymore and go on with whatever else we got going here, or we can just go our separate ways. But like really, I don't want to, oh gosh. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be the reason why. That came into my head yesterday. I was at work, just doing whatever, and all of a sudden that song started playing in my head. I'm like, what the fuck why is this playing in my head? Because that has nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing like that going on, man. But take it as it resonates in this situation. You know, place it into your life as it fits. And then, overall, in conclusion, you have the King of Swords now, which tells me you are well-formed and well-educated, or this situation has been well worked out, well-investigated, well-researched, or well-experienced. Like, you didn't give up easily, obviously. You did not give up without a fight, obviously. Well-informed, also, is what I'm getting. And really, the strongest way that I'm hearing well-informed is in terms of well-informed about this situation at hand between you and this other person, or but not that, you know, you've done so much research that you know your side inside and out. That could be it, but that's not the main thing that I'm feeling here. The main thing that I'm feeling here is this: you know this person or this situation or this conflict well enough to know exactly how this is going to go, or exactly how this is going to continue going. So with this King of Swords here, this is just confirmation as your overall energy in conclusion. This is just confirmation that you're making an informed decision in going the way that, or saying what it is that you want to say, or putting up whatever boundary you were putting up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna get a closing message from the Crystal Mandala. I believe I've been saying this wrong for years, and I do remember people telling me, oh, but I didn't get it. I didn't understand. You can't really translate it through texts. Mandala, not Crystal Mandala. Shut up. Check it out, guys. This is confirmation that if you are interested in Patreon, you should get your ass over there. Get your pretty little booty over there. Because this was the oracle card that we got for the Patreon reading as well. I will go ahead and read it to you. It's card number 14, Angel Lahaviel and Black Tourmaline. purification. We bring you the gift of purification. This is your chance to let go of what you no longer wish to hold. It might be a toxic burden within your body, mind, or emotions you wish to be freed from, so you can feel lighter, happier, and more energized to attend to the things that matter most. Remember, I did say that. I did say with the Star, the Hermit, and Justice, you're realizing that the fact that this parasite of a argument or a situation with somebody else is draining you of your energy that you could be using to do what it is you want to be doing with your life, right? Yep. We come to you at a time when you have become overloaded with energies, thoughts, or even perhaps physical toxins or possessions, inhibiting your capacity for joy and vibrancy. And I did say, with the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Cups, it feels like, at the very least, somebody could be doing this or taking this action or setting this boundary just for the sheer sense of being happy. Right? Okay. We are not here to take anything from you, but rather to free you from what you no longer wish to hold on to. The more you are willing to allow us to assist in this process, the better and clearer you shall feel. Insights into your relationships, choices in life, and issues that may have confused you will become very clear. You will become more aware of your truths and feel empowered to live your life on your own terms. There is only benefit to gain here, and our blessing comes straight from the loving heart of the divine to assist you. There's one more I want to read. There's one more paragraph. During this time, the oracle brings you a message. Trust in what is happening in your life, including the people, places, or things that seem to be slipping from your grasp. Holding tighter is not the best strategy here. You have been expending energy, becoming drained through some of your attachments no longer in your best interests. Sometimes, out of fear, you hold on when letting go would actually bring you what you want. You may be surprised as you loosen your grip and hold a lovingly detached and curious attitude at exactly what remains effortlessly in your life and what is released freely. You will also be delighted at how much better you feel and what is given to you in return for your trusting surrender. Yes, y'all. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was incredibly helpful for you. Check out patreon.com/divine conversations. If you enjoyed this reading and enjoyed this video and you're still here, please hit that like button for me. And if you're new here, subscribe. I want to know if you know who that's from. Subscribe. Anyway, yeah, and if you'd like a personal reading, hit me up. Let me know. I love you. Bye.